played an important role in helping us keep that designation year after year. More than 3,400 cities across the U.S., including Milton, have committed to excellence in community forest management as part of their Tree City USA designation. Just want to thank Mark for helping the city achieve this and his stewardship to help us maintain this honor year after year. Today's Arbor Day celebration is obviously special, and we don't just have a tree for our Arbor Day planting. We have a survivor tree from the American Elm that was damaged in the 1996 Oklahoma City bombing. Right behind me. And also, a couple things I want to say is just, it has been an honor and a pleasure for me working with Mark all these years, as well as I know everybody else that's here today. Not only what Mark has accomplished and done, but I've learned a whole lot from him. And one of the biggest things I've learned, and this is an example, is, as Mark told me, by our actions and his actions, we can benefit others several generation after generation. And right now, as Mark and I were talking to a group of third graders one time, and he was explaining, if a tree dies or you have to cut a tree down, it's sad. But if you replace that tree with 2 or 3, 200 years later, future generations are enjoying that. So what we're doing here, what Mark has done as we continue on, people that it's going to outlast every one of us. So to that, I'm just very, very thankful for everything that Mark's done. So right now, I'd like to invite Teresa Stickles up, who's our Conservation Projects Manager, to share a few details about this tree.
As Mayor Lockwood mentioned, the tree being planted today is a seedling from the American Elm that survived the 1995 Oklahoma City bombing. The American Elm in Oklahoma is more than 90 years old and stands in the heart of downtown Oklahoma. The community feared that the tree would have to be cut down after the bombing in order to secure evidence left hanging in the tree. Worried that the tree might not survive the damage from the blast, the community began gathering seeds, and volunteers cared for and grew the seeds into more mature seedlings. The seedlings were then distributed to locations throughout the United States, and that's where Mark Law comes in. Mark has long had the dream of establishing an arboretum at a Milton park, and to that end requested one of these seedlings several years ago in the hopes that it could one day be planted in the city's Arboretum, a place for the community to go and enjoy nature and learn more about trees and their important role in the environment.
When the surviving seedling arrived, it was quite small, so Mark planted it in his yard to allow it to get large enough to install in our public location. Under Mark's care, this seedling has grown into a healthy, young tree that will be one of 9 trees that will be unveiled today as the city is officially opening Phase 1 of the Mark Law Arboretum located at Bell Memorial Park. Prior to planting our Arbor Day tree, we're going to open the Mark Law Arboretum together with an official ribbon cutting. But before we do that, I'd like to ask Christine, Mark's wife, to come up and say a few words. Christine?
Thank you so much for joining us today. Our family is beyond honored at this gesture. It has so much meaning to us. To know that for many, many years, people will remember Mark's legacy. And nobody here should be surprised to know that this morning he cornered a nurse at the hospice facility to instruct her on how to prune her trees. This is obviously something that is deeply on his heart, and he is so proud of this, and our family is so appreciative. Thank you all for joining us.